dorks, dorkheads, and everyone in between, and welcome to a Dungeons and Dorkheads special. I don't know what to expect. You don't know what to expect. Steve probably knows what to expect. I think this is going to be fantastic.
Well, with this being a special, I don't have many to thank. Conveniently schedules lined up so that we are able to get this additional episode in, and hopefully it can be a nice buffer if we are unable to play for one reason or another. We can release these episodes.
We have episodes lined up, but just a real quick thank to our awesome sponsors, Green Bang Gaming, link is down below. XSplit, link is down below. Those guys are awesome. We're using that to record right now, actually. ForgottenAdventures.net, of course. We have to mention them. That's their policy. Link is down below. Some fantastic stamps from those guys. Ryo Uku for creating all the character art. Alexander Nakarada for some fantastic background music. And that's all of them now.
Alright, cool.
This is the fastest intro we've ever done.
I mean, yeah, without people interrupting and keeping on topic, it goes a little faster.
Yeah, there is no one here, folks. It is just me and Steve.
My money's on someone's gonna jump into the comment session, but...
We'll tell them to go away.
Okay. Well, I'll post it in the Dungeon of Roleplay.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Did you want me to pause here, or...?
I mean, certainly you can cut this out in post, but, I just needed to write up. Alright, so...
Cut to 15. Easy.
Alright, so if you're ready to jump on in.
Yeah. We don't even have a recap for this, so, let's just get right in there.
Sandra, as you and your fellows are making plans, settling down for the day, you had done training, you had eaten meals, chatted with new joined members, and the group expands both party size and plan-wise. The time grows later in the day, and you feel a beck and call that you need to relax within your bed. The amount of stress maybe weighing upon shoulders just requires a little bit of extra. As you go and begin getting ready and preparing to rest, making sure all of your lines of salt and traps are in place, the sign "No Clowns Allowed" posted firmly upon the door exterior, pulling the curtains so that anyone mayhaps on the outside would not be able to look in.
What time is it, anyway?
It's getting later in the day. It's not unreasonable to go to sleep at this time, though.
Okay.
Equivocally, if you usually go to sleep at like 10, it's between 8:39. So
It's a bit early, but yeah. Okay.
yeah, you only require 4 hours meditation, so you'll be awakened and doing a number of things in the meantime. As you proceed to lay upon the bed, a nicer quality bed, your consciousness begins to fade as a trance overtakes. A undefined amount of time later, you find yourself drifting within the abyss of slumber. And strangely enough, you feel your hooves touch against a surface. Opening your eyes and having a look around, you're surrounded in a white space. The mildly offensive brightness of the space causing your eyes to twinge a bit as depth perception is marred and all definitive features disappear. As you float there, looking about, you see faint glimmer, a purplish blue sparkle beginning to form within the air, and aura becoming a front of you. And suddenly, a mass of cloth and raw magic apparates before you, and you see, donned with a wizard-esque hat, a face that for some reason rings familiar, but one is not certain why. They open their eyes, looking at you. The eyes filled with, one would assume, raw arcane potential, though you certainly are not versed enough. One might assume that this may be a demigod or more. They look at you. Well, I hope you didn't think that you would get away with breaking the rules now, would you?
I'm not entirely sure what you're talking about.
You wouldn't be. But punishment is due for breaking the laws of causality. Only the Grand Weaver controls this. So, you are in for a little bit of an adventure. Mayhaps one will learn their lesson to stand within the bounds. The rules need permission to bend. They're there for a reason. And if broken, well, don't think consequences will not be severe. I know what you wish. I know your upbringing and all about you. And I know where to strike. Know that this, being only the first incursion, or even if anything else was attempted to be slipped by prior, the Grand Weaver sees all. So, for your punishment, Grand Weaver lifts one of their hands and snaps their finger. The snap resonates throughout this vacuous space. And as the sound grows ever more distant, their eyes, or the arcane void that is within their eye sockets, staring deep within you, they do not flinch. They do not waver. And from behind you, you hear a draconic roar.
I slowly turn around.
As you turn, you notice the sky behind you. you notice that within the sky, there's a figure coming closer and closer. With your current trained eye, you're easily able to identify what this is. And within this early morning, a pang of familiarity rings out within you as the rest of the world comes into view. You find yourself in a familiar village within Angera. You find yourself standing at the place you once called home long, long ago. You watch as the dragon swoops closer, and you start hearing the screams of the denizens around you. Flames begin ripping through home, incinerating those running in the street for their lives. And you watch in utter horror as the town that you once knew once again get besieged by this draconic individual. Your house, not one of the first ones to be hit, but you see a familiar individual, a face you had not seen in many a year. Your father, stepping from the home, weapon in hand, uncertainty in the eye. They look to the sky and turn, shouting words that are muffled to you as if heard through a wall. Those words, they exist within the blur that is your repressed memory. The dragon swoops back around, fire blasting. Father manages to avoid it at first, as your family is told to run. They take off in a different direction, readying arrows to attempt to draw the attention of the dragon. And as the dragon turns to make their return trip, attention was indeed gotten, and flames shoot down and incinerate your father. They are maybe 100 feet from where your spectral body stands, and you see the dragon swoop, grabbing sister and mother, and you see a younger form of yourself tripping, falling to the ground, and missing where they get picked up. Their disappearance, you see the dragon continuing to fly, running, hiding. You find small shelter nearby a burning building. Flames rip the ground once again, and you remember the horrifying warmth of the fire. And in similar familiarity, you see the town burn. And you watch as the dragon flies. You notice yourself standing there. The individual who had spoken to you before is not present.
Sorry, what was I supposed to do something here?
Well, is there anything you wish to do as you are left within this burned village? You see the dragon flying away.
I kind of want to chase that.
Do you wish to?
Yeah, kinda.
So you turn and begin sprinting, finding yourself moving as fast as you can.
Young Sandra's probably fine.
And you begin tracking this dragon. While it seems to be flying the general direction, there are not many places that can support a dragon of that size. And as you sprint into the nearby wood, you notice far off it heads towards a specific mountain. You make your way into the wood, sure that that is where the cave may be. And bounding past trees, you find the foliage growing thicker and thicker. As a woodlands expert, not a problem for you, until you've come across what appears to be a clearing up ahead. And when you run within, the light overtakes you, and you find yourself within the confines of what almost seems to be a hedge maze. Walls 20, 30 feet tall, a bit uneven, but as you turn and look towards the forest behind you, instead, you see a wall. For you are paths that go left and right. The dragon went north-northeast. Where would you wish to go?
Okay, what in the Sam hell is this? You said left or right?
Correct.
Which direction is closer to north-northeast?
That would be right.
We'll go to the right.
You begin heading towards the right. Turning, making your way down. You come to another intersection where you can continue going forward in that direction. Or a path turns left going northwards. As you look down upon the path, you see that there is a tree within the grove. A branch sticks out. And you see fruit hanging from said tree. A bit of a foreign variety, but something you recall imported from the Feywild occasion. The path does not continue beyond the tree.
I guess I'll go ahead and have a look at the tree.
You approach the tree. You notice these very... They are... The closest approximation would be a dragon fruit. They hang from the tree, these mostly pink fruit. Small spikes upon, though easily avoidable if one wishes to partake within the inner confines of said fruit.
No, that's okay.
Other than that, the tree certainly does not look terribly unusual.
Alright, going back to that intersection, heading north.
North is towards the tree. You can continue going east.
Oh, yeah, east, then... Fuck.
Okay.
I don't have a map in front of me, but I know you do.
So you continue heading east. And after a bit of walking, come to a four-way intersection. You have approached from the west to the left side. And you can go north, east, or south.
Let's try north.
You turn, continuing through this unusual maze. You notice a side path branches off to your right, but the hedges continue forward, and you can continue walking this direction if you would like.
I start recalling that hedge mazes aren't actually that fun, and I keep walking.
You ignore the side path?
Well, how wide is the side path?
It's, one would approximate, these hedges are about 10 feet wide, quite sizable, and you can, walking down, you can peek down it if you would like.
Let's give it a peek.
You give it a peek, and it looks like it goes a good 50 feet in, and then there's just a wall. This appears to be a dead end.
Are you sure about that?
Do you wish to walk down and have a look?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, go ahead and make a perception check.
Yeah. Open up the sheet real quick. 1d20 plus 5? Yeah, it's plus 5.
Okay. As you proceed to walk in and
Wow, okay.
have...
Nothing, I just had the number one craziest frame rate drop.
Oof. As you proceed to walk in, you, taking a look about, notice out of the corner of your eye the path that you had walked in from appears to now, on the other side of that 10 feet, have a wall there.
Oh, shit.
As you turn back, you find yourself in a completely different locale. You are standing within a singular pathway. Forward, there are paths that go left and right.
Why couldn't I be born as someone with wings? Alright, which direction is closer to, whatever direction I'm trying to go? Northeast.
Go ahead and make a survival check.
Yeah, sure. Great at those. Actually, that's the same roll.
You look up upon the gauge of the sun, and naturally, with your woodland instinct, you know that potentially with that tree that discovered earlier, you might be within the Feywild, which may cause some difference in direction. The Feywild in some spots, depending, more Nine-Gera than the rest of the world. It has a different solar pattern, though it can be similarly tracked. From the shadows seen upon the tree and the direction of the sun and shadows currently, the path that you would likely want to go to either go east or north would be taking the right path.
Okay, going to the right.
You walk forward, heading right once again. As you continue walking forward, you see that there is a side path that, turning and looking down that side path, making sure that you are not entering the side path, you see a tree, a branch sticking forward towards your direction, and fruit hanging.
Same kind of fruit?
Correct.
Any branching paths from here?
No, there's nothing past that tree.
Okay. Let's try the other direction.
You wish to go left? Or...
Yeah.
Alright, you decide to double back and begin walking left. The path eventually ends where you are allowed to turn right, then going north. And you continue to walk. As you continue walking, you find yourself enter a small clearing, a fountain within the center with motes of light floating above it. The various branching paths coming off, one in each direction. You look about, and there appears to be a bench to one side, and the fountain in the center spurting water, giving the air a nice cool mist.
Alright. I kinda have a look around.
Having a look around, you see the various paths, both forward and to the right, continue on, going north and east. The path going west abruptly ends about 40 feet down.
I gotta examine the water in that fountain.
You wish to approach the fountain in the water?
Yeah.
Alright, you approach. You don't need to roll any particularly well to notice there are some inscriptions upon the water. And what languages do you speak?
Let me pull out the list. Common, Sylvan, Elvish, Draconic, some Orcish, and a very, very small amount of Goblin.
Okay, so you do notice this is in Sylvan. And the inscription reads, "If wished for refreshment, give upon what one would well. Taking what does not belong is a shocking affair."
Huh. Okay. More riddles. What the fuck is going on? Listen to me, I'm talking to myself.
The motes of light bob gently, slowly moving about the upper vicinity of the well.
Well, I'm not gonna drink it. Lights are just sitting there?
Yeah, they're slowly moving, but not in any discernible direction.
Am I getting any closer to this mountain?
It's hard to gauge in the current position that you're in. The mountain In some distances, you are able to see it, in some you are not, depending on the angle. As you shift to try and discern where the mountain is, it's still a very long way off.
Is there any way I can see, like, over the hedges here somehow?
Do you have a way of seeing over the hedges?
I don't know. I figured maybe there was something I could climb on, maybe, or something.
Do you wish to try to climb the hedges?
Yeah, I'll give it a shot.
Okay, roll an athletics check.
Yeah. Athletics, that's a +3.
Okay. It's a bit of a struggle, and the branches, I will say, the particular section that you attempt to climb, when you lay your hands upon them the first time, you do notice there are thorns within, and with your assessment, you likely would not be able to climb to the top without getting a couple of scrapes. Do you wish to continue?
Nah. Okay. Let's just keep going.
Okay, which direction do you head?
What directions did I have again?
Well, technically you can go west, but that ends. If you go north or east, the path continues on.
Let's go north.
All right, you begin walking north. The path branches left and right.
Let's go right.
You're gonna walk right.
Mm-hmm.
You turn right and begin walking. After a while, you notice to your left a path that branches on. Stopping within the intersection and looking, you notice there is a tree with a branch sticking out in your direction, and fruit hangs from its limb.
Again with the fruit. Okay. Is that branch pointing towards any particular path?
It's kind of just pointing towards you currently, and not really. There are no other paths around this tree.
Okay, I see what's going on here. And I look up at I look up at the sky, and I'm like, so is that how it is? You want me to eat this? Is that it? Is that what you're trying to say? And I assume there's no response.
There is no response.
Alright, how high up is this fruit?
You might have to climb a little bit, or you can probably like use your bow, or it's just a little out of arm's reach. So if you have anything that could extend reach a little bit, you can easily get some fruit from the tree.
I have a rope, I have a short sword, I have a...
Yeah, the short sword could easily cut one down.
Yeah, I have a modicum of items that could do this. Alright, I'll cut one down.
Alright, you approach the tree, and extending your blade, you cut one of the pieces of fruit down. As the fruit drops within your palm, you hear, "Hi, are you taking my fruit?"
Crap, I didn't think I could cast Speak to Plants.
I ain't a plant.
I'm sorry, where's this voice coming from?
From within the tree.
Oh. Are you the tree?
No, I ain't no tree. Do I look like a tree?
Well, I mean, from where I'm standing, yeah.
Yeah. How dare you?
I'm sorry, it's...
Come in here, take my food, insult me. My own patch of grass here.
Look, buddy, I'm having the
I
number
ain't your
one...
buddy, pal.
Look, I'm having the number one craziest dream right now.
Dream? You think you're in a dream?
Yes?
Well,
Wait,
I do hope that your dream self does not return to my home.
oh, I will bear that in mind.
Yeah, do.
And I kind of walk backwards away from the tree.
You gonna steal my fruit too? How dare?
I'm sorry. I'll just leave this here, and I put it.
No, you've already sullied it. Get that out of here.
Well, if you're gonna be a dick about it, yeah, all right.
Oh, I'm the asshole here.
And I just slowly back away.
Can't believe people coming into my patch of grass, taking my fruit, not even asking permission.
Okay. Sorry.
Is there anything else you wish to do?
Yeah, I pinched myself.
You pinch yourself. It hurts as much as the pinch does.
Alright, let's head down that other path.
Do you want to continue going in the direction you're going eastward, or do you want to double back and head west?
Let's keep going east.
You proceed east, and you come to a four-way intersection.
As I'm walking, I kind of give that fruit a quick sniff
Smells like fruit.
and a lick.
It tastes like a bitter exterior of the fruit that you're supposed to cut open.
Okay, go ahead, pull out a dagger and cut that open.
Alright, you cut on open the fruit, and you can see the green with white seed mottled interior. And you've had this fruit before. This is certainly like a pretty, ripened one. Like, this is the perfect time to eat it.
I'll go ahead and take a bite.
So you scoop a little bit out and take a bite. And as soon as you take a bite, the world around you shifts, and you feel as if the ground itself drops out from beneath you as you are thrown into the air.
Oh my god, I totally knew this would happen.
You continue being projected until you find yourself landing softly, hooves touching down upon a circular stone platform. Stone columns surround you. Looking in the distance, you do notice the mountain is significantly closer, but still a trek away.
Okay, gonna keep heading towards that. Also gonna make a note in my brain. Buy myself a compass.
So, as you proceed to walk that direction, the forest around you certainly feeling strange regarding the Feywild. You hear a light string instrument being strummed, music coming through the air slightly towards the direction that you are heading.
Oh fresh hell is this? All right, and I will spare a moment to investigate that.
You walk to the side and you see sitting upon a downed log a satyr strumming some form of mandolin-esque instrument and a fairy floating in the air around them. They reside next to what appears to be a blue fire.
Okay, satyr is a derogatory term.
It's the name of the ray.
It's just satyr is a derogatory term coined by cuckold men whose wives had been seduced by male fawns.
Satyrs are the male fawn. That's a thing.
Can we pause 1 sec?
Sure.
So anyway, no, that's still wrong. It's just satyr is it's more of a racist term at this point.
Is that specifically an Adia thing?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Anyway, they look friendly.
They aren't looking your direction. They don't look to be armed or dangerous.
Okay, I will approach.
As you make your way into the clearing, you see their ear flick. They turn towards you, and you see the fairy floating in the air kind of tilts their head to the side, and two more fairies emerge from the surrounding trees. The fairies glow a light blue or green, depending on which of the fairies you're looking at.
I give him a wave.
The fairies kind of wave back. One of them goes, "Hi, stranger."
Hi. Did you, happen to see a dragon fly overhead just recently?
The musician kind of sits up. You hear back cracking a little bit and turns towards you. Maybe? I usually play with my eyes closed.
Okay, that is the opposite of helpful.
The fairies begin circling around you. They seem quite curious upon all of the trinkets that you have upon your person.
Hi. Can I help you?
As you say that, the fairies, you're moving closer and closer, and you see one of them trying to unlatch one of your side pouches to see what's inside.
Hey! Shoo.
What? You see,
Hands off.
you feel another one diving into your bag.
Kind of struggle to fucking try and get him out.
You reach in and try to get them out of the bag, and as you're attempting to snatch them, they just go, "Hey, I'm just taking a look."
That's private property.
You notice one of them appears to be munching on some bread that would have come from one of your rations.
God damn it.
"What you got all those fancy arrows there for, mister?" they say with their mouth full of breadcrumb.
These are for hunting. I Stop touching my stuff.
"We're just having a look. Don't you worry about it."
I am extremely worried. I know everything that's in this pack.
Well, one would assume that you know what you have traveling with. "So why do you need this?" One of them holds up a gilded acorn.
I need that to summon my bear.
"You summon bears?"
Yeah, no, please put it back. That was not.
Show me.
Okay, do you want the bear or the bird?
Bear.
Okay. I take it from them. I mutter a few things. Spirits of the forest, I call upon your aid, and I cast Summon Beast.
Alright, you cast Summon Beast, and from the ground, some green magic swirls, and emerging comes the familiar bear, Bosco.
And I hold a hand out to him, and I'm like, behold.
Ooh, neat. They begin floating around and taking a look. Huh. We're not able to summon these. The satyr is still strumming upon their instrument. Interesting. Curious what you're doing around these parts with such weird spells and all.
I'm chasing a dragon, alright?
I think that was a euphemism, wasn't it? Not entirely certain.
No,
Can't say there'd be many dragons here. I mean, depending on the dragon you're looking for, there might be fairy dragons, but dragons not so much.
Oh, it was a dragon. It spews fire. It was... What color was the dragon?
You saw the dragon appeared to be a red dragon.
It was big, it was red, it spews fire, it kills people.
No, dragons around here are blue and purple. I mean, you can ask Jeffrey.
Who's Jeffrey?
Jeffrey the dragon. They're fairy dragon. They're a bit different.
Well, where is he?
Good question.
Why did you suggest it?
Well, it's a place to start, isn't it?
No, not really. The dragon I saw headed up that mountain, and I point at the, mountain.
The musician puts their hand above their eyes to, block out some of the sunlight and get a better look. You see one of the fairies does the same. Huh. Wonder when that mountain got there.
You mean that mountain wasn't there before?
I mean, not for us.
How do you not notice a mountain?
Well, I mean, do you watch all the mountains stand up and walk around?
No, because they don't do that.
The mountains don't walk about. That's crazy talk.
They don't. It's a mountain.
Yeah, it's a mountain.
What is going on here?
Well, obviously something that, are you lost? You must come from the materia plane, don't you?
Can you pinch me?
The fairies all start swarming you and pinching your face, arms, just continuously.
Does it hurt?
Yes.
Ow, 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 ow. Okay, stop.
It takes a couple of stops before they actually stop, but they start giggling and once again floating around you.
Okay. I think this is some kind of fey magic. I might have drifted over here in my sleep.
Hey, magic, you say? Well, being how you lost in the Feywild, yeah, that checks out.
Feywild. This is the Feywild.
No, This is, Elvania. Or whatever one of the fancy places are in the material plane.
I kind of look around. Does this look anything like Albania?
Oh, absolutely not. This is very obviously, by the odd coloration of the trees and the denizens, you are certainly within the Feywild.
Sir, this is definitely not Albania.
Huh. I guess sarcasm might be just a Fey thing as well.
I'm sorry, can you help me in any way whatsoever?
I mean, what do you need help with?
Getting up that mountain, I guess?
Well, you ain't no mountain climbing goat, so I don't know what help I'd be able to give.
Alright, well, I gotta get up that mountain, so if you'll excuse me.
I see you got a lot of them fancy schmancy magic bits on you.
What do you mean by that?
Well, you seem like the type walk around.
Yes, I am a traveler.
You got anything to trade?
Do you?
They look around. I got this stick. It looks like a stick that fell off a tree. And this jar. They hold up a fairly sizable jar. It appears to be blue.
Is that it? Just a stick in a jar?
Well, I mean, I ain't no traveler.
I'm gonna go now.
Alright, well, keep an eye out for them electric lizards.
Oh, yeah, sure.
And if you ever need to uncook something, you're certainly welcome by my fire.
Oh, yeah, sure. Uncooking, very important.
As you walk past the clearing and the fire, you notice the closer you get to the fire, the colder it gets. It's a bit of a strange feeling, but
Once I'm kind of out of sight, I check over everything to make sure everything's there.
I mean, your bag is kind of messed up. You check everything, and you do notice that you are missing a piece of bread. But some of your daggers are swapped in location, but it more or less everything seems to still be there.
My system. Alright, I real quick reorganize everything and then keep going.
Okay. You reorganize everything and continue your trek. The strange surroundings continuing. You find yourself eventually, a bit faster than expected, coming to what looks to be small cave at the base of the mountain, and there are a handful of holes along this fairly steep mountainside where you can see there appears to be some form of inner path.
So more than one cave.
Well, besides the cave near the top, yes, this is the cave at the bottom. Maybe interconnected.
Maybe. How far can I see into this cave?
As far as your dark vision allows.
I'm gonna go ahead and light up Taz.
you proceed to alight your light source, and you notice that it is glowing pink instead of the usual either whitish blue glow.
Okay, that's not normal. Is there anything unusual about Taz today that I should know about?
Besides the coloration change, not really.
Alright, we're going in.
Alright, you proceed to start walking into this cave. As you proceed through, you notice, stalactites, stalagmites, a couple broken, a little bit of foot traffic through here, cobwebs here and there. But for the most part, the cave does seem lifeless. The paths split. There is one path leaning more right and one path leaning more left.
Okay. Let's try going left for once.
You proceed to start walking left. And you notice that the cave appears to be at an incline, and you continue walking up, and eventually come to what looks to be a rickety wooden ladder.
How rickety are we talking?
I mean, it's stable enough, but you probably want to not completely trust every single rung you step on.
Alright, I'll head up.
Right, you begin.
How high is it?
It is
Are we talking
fairly
snake eater or...
almost, yeah.
Oh boy.
What a thrill. So, do you wish to start climbing?
Yeah,
Alright, first make an athletics check.
athletics. Great. I'm great at those. If I can find it. It's a +3. I don't see why I need this to climb a ladder, though.
Okay, and now make a perception check.
Oh, boy.
Okay,
Both decent.
so as you are climbing up the ladder, you see that there is a small alcove. You're a decent ways up, and the alcove seems to be strangely positioned, not terribly large, but as you slow your ascent, Taz still a light behind you. You see a bit of coloration, slightly miscolored from the pinkish light, but there appears to be something as you kind of lean back to get a better angle on it. Something that looks to be scaled, something reptilian.
What a thrill.
What do you wish to do?
Where is this again?
It is like a foot or so to the right of the ladder. I want to say maybe like 5 feet up, so it's not like terribly close. You wouldn't be able to reach into it right now, but it is certainly above you. You will be passing by it.
Alright, yeah. I'll keep going.
Okay, you're just going to continue on as normal?
Yeah.
Okay. You continue up the ladder, and as you are passing by the alcove, you look within and you see it almost looks like a snake, but mixed with almost an iguana. it has numerous pairs of legs wrapping around as it is in a serpentine coil, but its eyes are that of an iguana and feet as well. And as you are climbing, it looks towards you and flits out a serpentine-esque tongue. And with your natural instinct, you know this thing is just about to bite out at you.
I'm still on a ladder.
Yep.
I'm like, really? We're gonna do this now? I'm on a ladder! You realize how unfair this is?
As you are saying that, it lashes out at you.
I will attempt to dodge.
Well, it's just gonna make a standard attack roll on you.
Oh no.
The 17 hit?
Yeah, 17 hit.
Alright, it lashes out, bites onto your arm, and you take... well, 1 point of damage, because that's minimal.
What?
But, as you reflexively, attempting to move arm out of the way, you whip your arm to the side and rip it off of the alcove. It lets go of your arm and just drops. And that thing's probably not surviving that fall. It's a pretty big fall.
I wait for the thud.
You wait, and it sounds like someone dropped a coil of rope.
Bastard. Alright, I'm gonna keep going. But
Okay.
I'm gonna keep an eye out for more of those.
Alright, make another perception check.
Yeah, great at those. Except this time.
Cool. And make a constitution saving throw.
Oh, good.
Okay. So,
I'll assume
as-
that's a fail.
as you are climbing the ladder, you feel your right arm just starting to stiffen and ache. It certainly had something extra with that bite, besides that, paltry damage. It broke the skin, but man, it really didn't do much else. You'd think it would have fangs, but apparently it just has the iguana little teeth. So, definitely not as effective as one would hope.
But not poison, right?
You're uncertain.
Can I make a medicine check?
You can certainly make a medicine check.
Okay. That's a +2.
As you look at it, you're uncertain if it's poison, but there's definitely something not right about it. You can see that your skin near the bite wound itself is almost starting to harden, and the blood itself that was dripping seems to be slowing.
I can't tell if that's clotting or... I'm gonna keep climbing, but I keep an eye on that and see if it gets any worse.
Okay. Your arm becomes stiffer and stiffer as you are climbing. You did well enough on the athletics check initially to be able to not have much of a problem with the rest of it, but by the time you are reaching the top, it you are barely able to move it. You're putting significant effort into it, and as you have Taz look at it, you can see the fur and the skin around that spot, a couple of inches around. It is slowly turning gray.
I'm just gonna ask, is my arm turning to stone right now?
You give it a couple of flicks, and you're like, yep, that's probably it.
Okay. What do I have that can fix this? Don't have anything for protection from evil and good. Shit. Potion of moderate healing fix this?
No, that does not reverse petrification.
I don't have anything that reverses petrification. Is it just my arm?
At the current moment, yes. From about shoulder down.
Okay. Which arm is this?
Your right arm.
Oh no, my favorite arm. Shit. Is there anything nearby?
You have a poke around it with this opening, and you see what looks to be what you would assume to be cave denizen bedrolls, and they look very long, not used, and a shoddy wooden door on the far side of this room that you have climbed into.
Anything else?
Nothing obvious stands out. It's, a shoddy wooden chest with the lid broken off of it, a lantern that may have once had a candle within, now just wax melted at the bottom.
Darn. Okay. I'm gonna try the door.
So you walk over to the door, and as you place your hand upon the handle, and first giving it a push, and then you're like, nope, it's a pull door. And you pull it open. And you, looking upon the interior of the room, see a fairly nice wooden floor with carpet laid upon, a table with a couple of books and bookshelves lining the walls, one with a table of various alchemical looking supplies.
Anything I can use on this arm?
Do you wish to walk over to the alchemy table?
Yeah.
All right, you walk on over towards the alchemy table, and you, not being proficient with alchemy, can see a variety of ingredients, and you're not dumb enough to pick up acid and pour it on your arm, obviously, so you know things to avoid, but you're not entirely certain what would assist in reversing petrification.
Okay. Is there like a book nearby that can help me with this?
There are a number of books within this study.
Anything about petrification?
If you want to take some time to continue flipping through some of the books and have a look.
Yeah.
Okay. As you begin flipping through some of the books, with your passive perception, you do notice a book from the table picks itself up and puts itself back on the shelf, and then after a couple of seconds, another book picks itself up and puts it back onto a different spot on the shelf, as if they are returning themselves.
Okay. Someone clearly likes their organization system.
Assumably, there is a chair that you can sit down at the long table within the center of the room. The chamber is maybe 30 by 30, not, extremely extravagantly decorated, but it is certainly a study/alchemy lab. Some of the books are locked behind glass cases, and in a variety of different languages, but picking up a book that you see written in Elven, flipping through and trying to see anything useful alchemy related that could assist you in potentially reversing petrification. Go ahead and make an investigation check.
Yeah, sure. Let me, I think that's just a straight roll, actually. It is. Just a d20.
All right, so you are able to find a section on petrification and things to be used to prevent or recede petrification, and in a fairly reasonable amount of time as well. The there is a handful of recipes with some instruction that you can match words to words on bottles, and there's some unmarked containers that some of them it doesn't take a rocket surgeon to identify wolfsbane, but some of the ones are a bit stranger. You do see some cuttings of the sharpened bits of the fruit that you had consumed earlier, but so you can get about, you identify about half of what you might need, and the variety of tools in front of you, you know some of them, but not a lot.
Well, fuck.
You look down at your arm to see approximately how much time you would have, and it is spread up to the wrist of your hand, and it has gone past the elbow and is working its way up the upper arm. A significant portion has become stone.
Fuck, shit, fuck. Damn, is there someone else here?
There is another doorway on the other side of the room.
I'll give that a try.
You gonna walk over and open it up?
Yeah.
You walk over and open the door, and you see a circular chamber. A nice plush chair resides next to a fireplace glowing pink, and a stairway curving up one of the walls.
Hello?
You shout out, and you hear a bit of an echo and do not immediately get a response.
Echo!
It echoes once again, and suddenly, in a poof of magic, you see an elven individual standing, looking at you, a bit displeased. Might one ask why you're invading my domicile?
Sorry. I was chasing a dragon through a cave, and then this thing bit me, and...
Well, hopefully you did not hurt Roger.
No, of course not. He just...
Make a deception check.
He just fell... He just fell all the way down the ladder.
Well...
I can't promise he's okay.
I was hoping you wouldn't make a domicile within the ladder specific portion, but that is what gets the most breeze. I'll have to source another source.
Sorry about that.
They look down at your arm. Well, Roger certainly has a good judge of character.
What?
They look at you with a questioning look. I notice you're carrying a manner of weapons.
I'm kind of hunting a dragon at the moment.
Fair enough. And this dragon did what to you?
stole my sister and my parents and destroyed my home and killed my dad?
Well, that one's fair enough. The dragon is relatively near. I'm not sure that you're even... First of all, I know you're not in condition to fight it, and if you wish to go upon a suicidal task, then don't let me hold you up.
Can you fix this? And I point at my arm.
I certainly have the means to.
But...
But what?
Will you?
What is it? So, will I give you some stone to skin reagent in exchange for nothing so that you can go to the dragon and die?
I can pay you.
Oh, right. What are we talking
And I whip out the coin pouch. I don't know, 2 platinum, 3 platinum, what do you want?
Well, a coin isn't worth much within the Feywild, and I don't think you understand the price of this.
Some potions of giant strength? A green scarf, maybe? Look, this is my favorite arm, okay?
Well, then certainly it's worth a lot to you.
What do you want?
What do you have to offer?
A cookbook?
They look at you unenthused.
Daggers? Rations? Some darts?
If you have nothing of worth to me, then you can go.
But I'll die.
Yes? And? Is that my problem?
I guess not.
Well, if situations change, and you do find something of worth, maybe an exchange could be made. If not, one should certainly hope they have friends close.
I don't know where they are right now.
Lost and on a suicidal task. Quite the amount of force against you.
Yeah, it's not really my day.
Well, good luck, Fawn. If there wasn't anything else you would require from me.
No, I guess not.
Well then, the door's there. They motion to a door that was once on a wall. It was, the wall previously was just barren, but with the wave of their hand, it is now there.
Okay. And I head towards the door, just kind of defeated.
They watch you walk towards the door.
And I go through it.
Don't track too much snow. As you open the doorway, snow begins to breeze into your face.
Ah, jeez.
You immediately are engulfed in a cold chill, and you hear the door close behind you.
Well, if I knew this was outside, I wouldn't have hurried.
having a look around, you find yourself high atop a mountain. The wind continues blowing and cutting the cold straight through your fur.
I reach into my bag, pull out my nice hat, put that on. And
Your head
and
now,
the green scarf.
Your head and neck are now sufficiently holding in some warmth for you.
That's all I got.
Though the leather armor and your barren legs are not doing as well. At least your arm doesn't feel cold.
I have fur. I'll be fine.
Looking about, you see that there is a path that spirals downwards.
Okay. Don't panic. You've been in worse situations. Oh, this one's pretty bad. Okay. Right. And I keep going. And I keep talking to myself because I am stressed.
You continue on, and then you notice a strange phenomenon when you've rotated your way most of the way around the top of this mountain. The snow is strangely... There appears to be what looks to be almost a river that turns into a waterfall cascading, but underneath the river, instead of there being dirt, there's ice. And it is coming out of the mouth of a cave. Really sizable.
How far can I see into this cave?
You see until there is a fairly steep-looking drop.
Okay. I'll head inside, have a look.
As soon as you head inside, you notice immediately a fairly sizable temperature change. The water continues running by, and you can hear various droplets. The snow apparently melting and leaking through the cracks, causing a cascade of water to soar down. Though, there's a path along the side that you can easily walk around. The chill still slightly within your body, slowly warming up for you. You, taking assessment of your arm, notice that the petrification has completely taken one of your hands and has now reached your shoulder.
Okay, that's concerning. What's in the cave?
So the cave continues on for a bit, and you notice a couple of glints on the ground illuminated by tabs. And as you have a look at them, you see various coins strewn throughout before eventually it comes to a quite sizable pit.
Dragon Horde. Okay.
One wouldn't refer to this as a dragon horde. These are what was dropped prior to the dragon horde.
Yeah, but it's a lead up to a Dragon Horde. This is my favorite enemy, so...
Mm-hmm.
Alright, I keep going. I don't touch anything, though, obviously.
So you continue forward and see at the edge of the hole, looking down, you do notice a quite sizable amount of coin, gem, trinket and beneath it is upon a stone marred black. Along the edges of the rune, you can see magma lately glowing. You do not see any sign of dragon nor family member.
Any kind of potion bottle or something?
You are too far away. You are, I will say, about 300, 350 feet above this. It is a sizable drop.
Any way down?
You can certainly start climbing, but eventually when it opens up into the layer itself, not really. Likely from the scrape marks that you can see, the dragon flies up and uses this to enter and exit the layer. A mist hangs in the air from all of the melted water from above.
Son of a bitch. Okay. I have no idea how I'm gonna get down this. How's the arm?
Well, your right arm has been completely turned to stone.
Considering cutting it off, that would probably hurt a lot, though.
You probably smashed on a rock. You can't really feel it right now. But,
Is it going anywhere further than the shoulder?
with how slow it's been progressing, you're uncertain.
I just gotta keep an eye on that. I don't know how I'm supposed to climb down this with one arm. I'm gonna wait a minute, see if anything happens down there.
After a bit of time, go ahead and make a perception. Well, actually, what's your passive perception?
15. Wait. 15.
Okay. Very, very faintly, you can hear what appears to be murmurs mixed in with the bubbling of the magma. But besides that, you would assume that there is some form of discussion going down at the bottom of the cave.
Any recognizable voices?
You can't really make it out at this point. You would have to be closer.
Shit. Okay. You said it was it was 300 feet down?
Yeah, 300, 350.
Oh my god. Okay. Okay, this might be stupid. And I go ahead with my one good arm. I pull out the short sword. I call out, I'm like, hey!
You call out, and your voice resonates through the chamber. The murmurs stop, and you wait a bit. Nothing further seems to be happening.
If there is a Valerie Pinehoof down there, start clapping.
You shout that into the hole.
Yeah.
After a little bit of a wait, you then hear doom, doom, and you notice from out of view of the hole, a red dragon begins clambering out and then lifting off. They fly up to the hole and begin flying up to you. Is there anything you wanted to do before they get there?
Yeah, brace.
Okay. You brace and get into a battle-ready stance. And as they come up, you reflexively take a few steps back, and you see the dragon's head rise into view. They plant their claws into the ground next to you and look down. At the edges of their maw, you see flames coming out.
In my terrified state, I kind of trip a little bit.
Well, isn't this something? Bull approaching. Every word coming out, a waft of fiery warmth waves past you. Each claw could easily rip you to shreds. The maw could consume you in a singular bite. And it looks down upon you. Pitiful. The dragon begins lowering itself, and you can see the claws digging into the ground. And it sinks back, and then suddenly you see a humanoid hand reach up and begin climbing out from inside the hole. And you can see orange eyes with red irises, just like the dragon. Fiery red hair, orange at the tips, almost down to the shoulders, pushed back all, and what looks to be embers rising off of the hair. A bit of a tanned complexion, almost with a hint of red. A furred collar, black, dark fur, almost as if a void of a creature had been skinned, as a fur collar of the cape that wraps around this hulking figure's shoulder. They stand maybe 10 feet tall, rippling with muscle. Not wearing a shirt, but large scars across the chest. They begin approaching. You hear their boots clacking against the ground as they approach. The presence is more than intimidating.
Oh, wow, you're tall.
And you have walked into your death. Why?
I'm trying to find my mother.
Mother, you say?
Mm-hmm.
They walk next to you and kick the sword out of your hand. It flies backwards. You have one arm. You are doubled over in fear. And yet, you come to save one you say is your mother.
Yes.
They reach down, grab the front of your armor with one hand, lifting you to be at eye level with them, your hooves dangling from the ground. You, by yourself, apathetic, in this state. The only thing I can commend about you is your bravery. Maybe it's just idiocy that brought you this far, but I would hope that the fact that you made it here would be enough to prove that there may be something in you yet. Something that in the coming day might pose a challenge. They, with their other arm, reach out, grabbing your stone wrist. And you feel, as you see a glow coming from where their hand is, a burning sensation. And you see fiery cracks spread throughout the arm. And the stone explodes off. And you see your hand, the fur singed, and veins of fire remaining in your arm. So, I have gifted you a boon. And that you can use to find me in the coming days. Take however many years you need. I have things that need to be accomplished. There are many things that make the world turn. You, one would hope, you may play a role greater than bystander. Tell me, Fawn, is family ties all that keep you going?
Pretty much, yeah.
Worthless. I hope you find something greater in the coming days. You. I will be holding your mother. If she truly is, she will be what I keep to draw back a worthy foe. Unless you wish to forfeit your life, I could easily drop you down that hole, shatter every bone in your pathetic body. Or you can promise me a battle worthy.
Before I agree to that, just one question.
Ask as many as you need.
What guarantee do I have that she's alive?
Well, that you'll certainly have to find out. If your cowardice does not bring you back, know that I will always be able to find you with the boon that I have gifted.
Okay. And my sister is down there as well?
Yes. Though I have other plans for her. You must worry not. If she dies, it will be of her own volition.
Okay.
So, Fawn, find whatever you need. whatever power, whatever skill, find a way to come back and give me a fight. Prove that you are worthy to become a dragon slayer, or at least a modicum of entertainment in this boring world. Your town only held one thing of interest that I thought, but maybe it has the potential for more.
And what exactly did my home have?
That is another answer that you can come back for.
Okay.
Learn to use my boon and feel ferocity of the dragon. They begin walking, you still lifted by the one hand. They let go of your wrist and begin walking to the edge of the cave.
I'll see myself out then.
I will show you out. I shall be a good host.
Okay. And I, kind of resheath my short sword.
They still have you lifted in the air, and you see as they just walk past your short sword.
I guess I'm not getting that back then.
That would not even be able to hurt one such as myself. Find something better.
I'd still like that back.
Well, I'll see if I can throw it far enough to reach you again. Any last words?
You're a piece of work. You know that?
The Lord of Cinders is more than that. If I were to be a piece of work, I would be the masterpiece of dragons. Goodbye, Fawn. They spin you around and then throw you. The immense strength of one that could be equated to a half giant. They throw you off the side of the mountain, and you begin flying through the water, through the sky, and you find yourself amongst the clouds surrounding you. You feel forward momentum being replaced with a downward momentum. And then it's soft. And then you do not feel yourself moving at all. After a bit, you look around and find yourself within a white space.
Do I see the robed guy?
As you wait a bit, stepping out from behind you and rotating in front of you, have lessons been learned?
Why did you make me go through this?
You have many things to learn, and you must grow. You have a lot ahead of you, and from the ways you have been acting, the things you have been doing, I hope you learned a lesson. Kindness goes a long way, especially when you first encounter new potential friends. Of the people that you met, you think not to stay around for long. but allies will be needed in the coming days. And I am not speaking about your potential friends. You've already met Zach, Nicholas, Dante. The one who was once with you, Orvid, and new friend Demare. Those who surround them, the Retainer. One must come to trust others, building more bridges than becoming commander of a small group of scouts. Make friends. Do not make bold requests before earning respect. The world can be harsh and brutal, and whatever joy can be brought, and whatever power gained from ally, that is what will keep you alive. This lesson, you carry something that will not leave you. You have met the Lord of Cinder, and you will meet the Lord of Cinder once again. So, the Grand Weaver squats in front of you as you are sitting up on the ground. Sandra.
Mm-hmm.
I expect much from yourself and the party. There's much to come. And while you will not remember myself, this experience will be carried. Learn to harness that boon. Consider it a gift for a hard lesson learned. And because you are continuously asking for it, he reaches into his sleeve and pulls out a familiar short sword. Flipping it around, he hands it to you. That is just a standard short sword, but I guess sentimental value certainly means something.
It was not cheap.
You have more than enough to buy a number of these, but
Yeah, but this is one from home.
well, I don't think it's burned enough to be from home, but
No, other home.
yes. Well, with that, I will give the warning. There is something coming. Those around you are starting to feel it. As much as you cherish this land, it is in danger. Do not think just because I weave the thread that all will be continuously within this one's power, control. This world had many things woven into its existence, and you are living before the beginning of a new age. Much will happen, but if you and your friends are able, then this new age shall come, and will be an age that many will enjoy living in. If you fail, well, more than Adia will be in danger.
Oh boy. That's a lot to take in.
Yes, well,
I mean,
There's-
it is my first fate of the world type deal. Not sure how to process this.
Well, in your time of processing, hopefully, you will learn what it means to become a hero. There aren't many heroes in this land remaining. So, unfortunate for you that you were chosen for multiple regards. But in time, you certainly will learn. Any last words before you wake?
Just one question.
Go ahead.
It's so bright in here. How do you stand it?
Oh, I don't see the same thing that you see. He snaps his fingers and everything shifts into a swirl of purple and blues and sparkles. Unlike most, I, the Grand Weaver, exist within the weave itself.
This is so much nicer.
Yes, but when some need to visualize, a blank canvas is a good place to start painting a picture, as opposed to having something tainting the initial view. So, the white space is less a location with a varying amount of brightness and more the absence. The raw weave truly is not somewhere where mortals should be. But they snap their fingers once again, and slowly fading into existence is your bedroom within the Capitol building. I shall take my leave unless there was nothing else.
No, I'm good. I think.
Well, enjoy the final moments of your meditation, and, well, I don't need to worry about you saying anything about me because you won't remember. They begin fading away, and then, despite the fact that you're just looking at them, you feel your eyes shoot open and you kind of jolt awake in bed. And as you try to recall what just occurred, you remember speaking and learning information, but, like, you know, there's magic involved, but you can't necessarily remember this omnipotent voice that relayed information. You remember the travels through the Feywild, you remember speaking to the Lord of Cinders, but that robed individual, were they wearing a robe? Was there someone in a robe? Was there someone even there in general? All the thoughts of the Grand Weaver are expunged from your memory. But as you look to your side, the veins of glowing oranges and reds crackling as if shattered stone within your flesh. It feels a little warm, but you have full use of your arm.
Alright, any way I can make that not glow?
How would you like to try to make it not glow?
I try flicking my wrist a little bit, maybe flexing the muscles a little bit.
So as you start flicking the wrist and waving the arm, you notice a spark shoot out of your hand. It just glow, soars across the air and disappears.
Okay. I try thinking very hard about it not glowing.
As you begin thinking, nope, doesn't doesn't stop glowing.
Okay. I kind of roll out of bed, fumble for a dagger, and I kind of poke at various points in the arm. Not deep enough to break the skin, though, just like little pins and needles.
So, like, as you're kind of rubbing it against it, even the parts that are the lines of glow, almost as if veins of magma running through you, you feel all of it, though it just kind of feels like your arm, but warm. As if everything is normal, but as if you stuck your arm into a still warming up sauna.
There's still fur on it, right?
Yes. But the fur seems to at least not be completely present where the cracks are.
Out of character, my next thought, I'm looking at the token here. Thank God that's the arm that you can't really see on the character.
Mm-hmm.
So now we don't gotta redraw that. Okay. Gonna try putting my glove on, see if that burns off.
As you slide into the glove, no, it doesn't catch on fire or anything.
Okay, that's normal.
And it covers up. You don't see the glow beneath the glove.
Okay, good. How high up does this go?
It goes all the way to the shoulder,
Oh boy.
where you were stone.
What did I tell you, Sandra? What did I say? Don't get stoned. God. Yeah, okay, this is worse than the Goblin Capital. All right. This is happening. What can I do with this? I think back to the cave and try to recall where that is.
Within your homeland, you would have a good guesstimate as to where that mountain would be. It is, in fact, on Eingera, and will be something that you know the approximate place you would need to return to.
Okay. All right. I need to process this. And I'm definitely gonna be getting a longer sleeve for that arm.
Mm-hmm.
Is anyone else awake?
At this hour, no.
Alright. I'm just gonna wait for everyone else to wake up. Just sit in my room thinking,
Okay.
contemplating. Existential dread filling my mind. Couldn't just be a normal dragon. No, I had to piss off the Lord of Cinders. Of course. Why couldn't life just be that simple? Did you just log in and out of Boundary?
No.
Oh. Another follow-up question. Were you just speaking?
No.
Oh, okay. Thought I the internet derped out there for a second.
Nope. Was there anything else you wanted to do?
No, just sit there alone with my thoughts and dread.
Okay, so I guess the last thing I will mention is you can certainly add to your character Boon of the Lord of Cinder.
What does this do?
You'll find out. So far, it makes your arm glow. You know that one for certain.
What does this fall under? Race, background, or feats, special attacks, special defense, class?
Yeah. Just like put it under your like traits and features, I guess.
Race, background, and feats. Sure.
Yeah.
Boon of the Lord of Cinders.
Yes.
Okay. So, Cinders with an S or a C?
C. Cinders.
Cinders. Got it. I'm just gonna leave that blank until I figure out what the fuck it is.
Mm-hmm. So.
Actually, I'm just gonna put arm glows.
So, with that, we can go ahead and wrap up session. And if you wanted to do impromptu conversation castle, we can certainly go through that.
We got way more time than I thought we would. So
Yeah,
yes.
it was a bit shorter than expected, but I think it went. Okay, let's wrap up.
We can absolutely do that. But guys, thanks for watching. This is kind of offbeat. It's going up on a Monday, and it's 2 hours long, and it's all about Sandra. Don't know if the other characters are getting their own solo adventures yet, but I'll back that. I'm sure we'll talk about that in Convo Castle. But yeah, we'll see you guys Friday for the next episode.